Hi, my name's Pip Mackay and I'm the founder of Evolve Now Mind Institute and Archetype Academy. And I'm also the creator of this amazing product, Kids Matrix. Now I want to let you know that when I was a child, I was highly dyslexic. So I had very little short-term memory. In fact, I was diagnosed as having a condition called vanishing memory, which means you can't remember things in an order or a sequence. The other thing that I had was I went to Westmead Hospital when I was a bit older and they diagnosed me with ADHD. Now, I did have a drug. They wanted to prescribe Zoloft for me, which they said was an experimental form of seeing whether I could cope with my ADHD better. But the problem with that drug was it just sent me completely manic. So I came off it. And at that time, I made a decision that I wanted to find alternative ways to overcome my dyslexia and also to be able to focus and concentrate and have the kind of memory that I needed to be successful in my life. So what I did was I had been a teacher from the time that I was 19 years old to the time that I was 26. I was an English and drama teacher, so I overcame my dyslexia enough to get myself through university, and I did that just inside my own mind. I don't know what it was, but I just found a way of overcoming that. And then when I was later on, I learned about NLP, and I went, wow, NLP explains exactly what I did in my mind to help me learn more effectively and to overcome some of the emotional and compulsive issues that happen when people have ADHD. And then I had also done a whole study in acting, a whole study of archetypes, and a whole study of a whole lot of other things, learning issues, strategies and accelerated learning. And I decided that a lot of kids and a lot of parents struggle with all this whole area, and they want some creative, interesting tools that they can use to help their kids. So what do we go through? We go through learning styles. So some kids are visual learners, they need to see to learn. Some are kinesthetic learners, they need to do to learn. Some people are auditory learners, they need to hear and have music and sing songs to learn. And some people are very audio digital, that's very facts and figures orientated. Now those kids often don't have problems at school in terms of remembering information, but they often have social problems that are another whole set of issues that they need to overcome. So we talk about those and we help you see how you can help your child adjust their communication style and learning style depending on what the task they have in front of them. We also look at the format system. So some kids are why learners, some are what learners, some are how learners, and some are what if learners. And there's a way that you can teach kids that cater to all the learning styles. And this makes you, one, a better teacher and a better parent, but it also is incredible for kids learning. We also look at goal setting for kids. We look at the emotional tone scale, which shows you how you can see what's going on for your child emotionally and measure what is a good emotion for that child in certain circumstances. So some parents always don't want their child to be angry, but if a child has been very apathetic and suddenly they get angry, that's actually higher on the emotional tone scale and is actually a way that they are healing in order to move up to being positive and to be enthusiastic. So we don't want to suppress that because a child then goes back into powerlessness and apathy. What we want to do is help them release that so that they can move up the emotional tone scale. We also talk about what questions can you ask a child that is going to be empowering for them. Did you realize that the questions you ask a child directionalize the child's thinking? So if you ask a child, why didn't you do your homework? The direction of their thinking is, I don't know. Then you might say, but why didn't you do it? And they go, oh, well, I just couldn't. Why couldn't you do it? I guess I'm stupid, I don't know. And that's just sent the child into a really negative pattern. Whereas if you ask the child, did you do your homework? And they go, no. You say, what specifically was it about the homework that you didn't do or couldn't do? And they go, oh, well, I couldn't do the maths. What specifically about the maths couldn't you do? And they go, well, I couldn't do long division. What specifically about long division do you have trouble with? Oh, well, it's when we have bigger numbers. I just don't know how to do that. Suddenly you know exactly how to help the child, or the question the child can take to the teacher to find out, rather than going to the teacher and saying, I'm not good at maths. Teacher doesn't know how to help that. So these are incredible questions that empower your child and stop them going down a very negative way of thinking. So we have directionalized questions. We also have the language of influence. Did you know there's certain ways that you can say things to a child that totally disempower the child and mean they're going to want to rebel instantly? If you say you should do your homework, a child is going to want to rebel, but do you know what? An adult will want to rebel when you use the word should. So instead you say something like, it's important to do your homework, then a child is more likely to respond to that. So there's a whole lot of tools in the Kids Matrix that will really allow you to empower your child. The other thing that's fantastic about the Kids Matrix was I took the whole of NLP, which is often not that easy to understand, and I made it simple. I created games that you can play in the car with your child. So do you know what? You're going to understand not only NLP, learning styles and everything in a way that you haven't understood it before and you can apply to yourself and to other adults in terms of learning that is incredibly powerful and truly amazing. I would love every child and every parent and every teacher to know this information. So please put your name and details in there and we'll contact you, and you can click through or you can just purchase the product online.